Hey guys, and welcome back to the second introductory video for our English 1102 online class. In this video, we are going to be looking at the syllabus. So over on the left-hand side of Blackboard, you'll note that there's several different areas. First, the announcements. As stated in the first video, the announcements page is essentially the guide to the class. Anything that you'll need to know in terms of what is due, what is expected, what is due for the week, please always make sure to go to the announcements area. The syllabus, however, is really more as a skeleton for the class to kind of give you insight into what the class is about. I know the syllabus does have some information in regards to assignments in there. However, like I said, the syllabus is really just a skeleton to kind of give you an idea of what the class is about. Anytime there's going to be an assignment due, a major project, a due date, an announcement, always make sure to go to the announcements section. That's where I will give you all the homework. I will give you all the expectations. I will give you all the due dates. The syllabus is really just sort of the background for what the class will be like overall. So feel free to always reference the announcements page and only go to the syllabus if you're having questions about grading or information about the textbook and my personal information as well. So as stated, this is an online course. It is a 12-week course. It will go from Tuesday, the 12th of September to the 15th of December. In an online course, you guys do not have a final exam. However, you will have a final project, which will be due on the 15th. Again, my name is Eric Tan. If you want to meet with me in person, you can stop by the Part-Time Faculty Center at the main campus, BIC 2406. Feel free to email me, which is usually the best way to get a hold of me if you want to schedule an appointment or if you have any questions or concerns. Or if it is something more pertinent and you need to address it, you can text me or call me. However, please make sure that you do indicate who you are so I know who exactly I'm speaking to, and please provide me with your area of concern. The textbook that you'll need for the class, again, I've posted a picture of it on the announcements page. It's the Everything's an Argument 7th edition. Make sure you get the edition with readings. One thing I will always say is that I am not an advocate for buying brand new books. So if you can get a book for cheaper, if you can get the book for half price, a discounted price, if you can borrow the textbook from somebody that has it, as long as you can get your hands on the textbook, that's where I'm going to be pulling the homework responses from. Another thing is that I know that textbooks are expensive and some of you are just starting your semester with a 12-week course. So I usually don't require the textbook the first couple of weeks. However, by that third week, you will need to make sure that you do have the textbook as it will be needed in order to complete the homework responses. For the first couple of weeks, I will give you your homework directly. So please feel free just to check on Blackboard for that. And then when we go forward, I will post the homework responses from the textbook onto Blackboard as well. Again, this is an online course. You're free to work at your own pace, but are expected to abide by the guidelines and due dates established for each respective assignment on any given day. You'll be responsible for individual and group work, so it is imperative to consistently check Blackboard for updates pertaining to assignments and announcements. My recommendation would be to check Blackboard at least twice a day, once in the morning for updates and due dates, and once in the evening as well. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please feel free to email me at any time. Essentially, you are free to kind of work at your own leisure. I'll give you guys weekly assignments, and you'll have pretty much a week to complete them. And, you can go on at your own pace. You can go when you have free time, but I kind of leave it out there for you so that you can complete it. This is the second course in a 2-course composition sequence where students continue to develop experience in reading, thinking, and writing critically by writing essays that demonstrate ability to analyze and evaluate the ideas of others. Basically, I'm going to give you guys options, as I'll talk about later on in the syllabus. I'm not going to go through all the topical outline stuff because you can read it if you really are that interested. But essentially, we are going to cover a wider range of topics. And ultimately, my goal is for you to be able to develop an essay, develop a project of your choice based on the topics that we're going to be covering in terms of analysis, evaluation, argumentation, and a proposal. So here, the first project that we will have will be either an evaluation or an analysis, and it'll be required to have at least 4 sources cited properly. And now I say project because I'm going to give you an option of either writing an essay or developing another kind of rhetorical project. In the later weeks, primarily next week, you will see an area over here titled Research Project. In there, you will see different sorts of projects that students have done, from Prezis to PowerPoints, to podcasts, to video essays, to websites. These will all be available options to you. The same can be said for the proposal project. And in terms of the group debate, you guys will be asked to work as a group and develop your own PowerPoint or Prezi project as well. However, as we go along throughout the semester, we will get into these individually. Essentially, since it's a 12-week semester, each of these areas will probably take about 4 weeks each. So the first couple of weeks will be dedicated to analysis. The second 2 weeks after that will be dedicated to evaluation. The next 4 will then be in regards to the group debate. And then the final will be in regards to the proposal project. Annotated bibliographies, summaries, and homework. These annotated bibliographies and summaries will be applied to the group debate and the final proposal project. You will not have to worry about those for the first research project. Homework, in-class writing, drafts, peer reviews, those will be given on a weekly basis. Again, always make sure to check the announcements page for what is going to be due in terms of homework or any major projects, etc. The grading scale, 90 to 100 is an A, 80 to 89 is a B, 7 to 79 is a C, and anything under that, you will have to take the class again. Whether with me or with someone else, just try to make sure you score at least within this range here so you can continue to move on. I like to keep my gradebook updated. I'll usually try to get grades updated every week. So please check Blackboard, not just for updates, but to see if any of your grades have been updated. I tend to keep that a regular thing. The final project portfolios. This is something that will essentially just be a part of the proposal project. So when we kind of get there, we'll kind of put everything together with your annotated bibliographies and your summaries and your proposal, and that will all come together in a sort of nice little package and arrangement. Again, your grades and projects will be returned within 1 week. If it's larger projects, like a research project or a proposal project, usually it might take a little longer, depending on the time frame and how I'm juggling things. But usually 7 to 10 days is that time frame where you should get your grades back. Obviously, online courses are primarily designed to maintain a pace that is cohesive to your schedule. Since we do not meet in person, your attendance will simply be associated to your assignment, quiz, response, essay, and project completion. Only you know your other obligations and responsibilities you have outside this online class. So be sure to figure out early on how to balance all the facets of your life to ensure adequate time to fulfill your class requirements and commitments. In terms of late work, if you turn in a homework response or individual or group writing late, it will be automatically deducted to half credit. If you are turning in a research project or part of the group project or part of the proposal project late, it automatically drops 1 letter grade per day that it's late. So always make sure to give yourself adequate time. In fact, if you can turn in things early, I would recommend turning things early. In terms of academic honesty, this really speaks to plagiarism. My advice to you is don't plagiarize. You guys will be doing a lot of writing in this class, and so essentially I tend to pick up, where plagiarism, when things don't look the same consistently. Additionally, there's other ways we utilize to find out who plagiarizes. If you plagiarize a project or an assignment, you'll automatically fail that project or assignment. And if you get caught plagiarizing twice, you fail the class. So in reality, it's just not worth it. As stated earlier, in this course, we will sometimes discuss serious and controversial ideas as we learn how skilled writers present information or points of view. Basically, we're going to discuss a wide range of topics. Some of you guys might be more passionate about some of these topics, and some of you might feel a bit uneasy about them. However, our goal is to expand our knowledge base and to get other perspectives that we might not necessarily get on a regular basis. So when we are responding, when we are addressing certain issues, our goal is to be critical. And when we're talking to our classmates and our peers, our goal is to be constructive with our discussions and critiques. So be mindful of that. The last day to withdraw from this class is November 19th, 2017. One thing I will say is that sometimes life just gets difficult, whether it's with school or things outside in the real world. If at any point you feel that your life is becoming too difficult and you need to drop, please email me, talk to me if it's something that is concerning you. One thing I wish that my instructors and teachers told me in college is that a W does not hurt your GPA, but a C, D, or F will hurt your GPA. So if you want to take the W, it's something I could recommend. Incompletes are really designated for people who are in good standing near the end of the semester and then something befalls upon them, whether that is a family death, a physical injury, something that takes them out of the class. And then at that point, if you are in good standing, we can give you an extension. But if you are near the end of the semester and you have a D or an F and you need an extension, it will not be granted to you. Lastly, the College of DuPage is committed to providing equal access to its programs, services, and activities for people with disabilities. The Americans with Disabilities Act requires that reasonable accommodations be provided for students with physical, sensory, cognitive, systemic, learning, and psychiatric disabilities. If you feel you may need accommodations in this or any class, please visit the Center for Access and Accommodations in the Student Services Center, room 3249, or contact them by phone. The number is 630-942-2154, or you can email them at this email address here. Again, this fall schedule is really just a skeleton. Anything that you need to know in terms of due dates or assignments, please make sure to check Blackboard, check the announcements page. That is where I will always make everything available to you. Just like the first set of announcements, they will appear right here in the beginning. And these videos as well will also appear under the announcements page. So please make sure to read through this material and please make sure to watch the weekly videos for further information and updates. Moving along, the next video will discuss the discussion board, and then the final video for this week will look at individual and group writing.